I was booked to judge a pageant in Trumbull, Connecticut. So in the spirit of efficiency, it made sense to squeeze in a couple more stops before my duties began. Seizing the opportunity to see and experience something new is always a good idea. And we'll bring it to you on this episode of Ms. World Traveler in Rhode Island. Where else to start but the capital, Providence, and that meant the Capitol Building, or State House. Constructed between 1895 and 1904, it boasts one of the largest self-supported marble domes in the world, much of the original details and furniture, and 9,300 square meters of white marble quarried in Georgia. Considered a prime example of American Renaissance architecture, the rotunda is the center of it all, with battle flags, monuments honoring Rhode Island's military past, and a brass replica of the state seal. It's an airy space filled with light and wow factor.
You can see if you're a student of history or you're a fan of any architectural design, this is very Gilded Age.
Up the marble staircases on the second floor, the Senate and House chambers were directly across from each other in the east and west wings. The Senate, in green, had the seals of the 13 original states above the rostrum and seated 38 members. The more elaborately decorated House had a solid oak desk for each of its 75 members and just happened to be having a student session on the day of my tour. One of my favorite two rooms was the library, where the ceiling was designed to look like a leather-bound book. The 16 circles around the perimeter were printer's marks from the 15th to 17th centuries, and the archives date back to 1750 and include every law and legislative action from day one. As I appreciated the value of so much irreplaceable content, I couldn't help but wonder what would happen if they had a fire. Fortunately, they're in the process of painstakingly digitizing all their records to permanently save them for future generations. My other favorite was the state reception room, which, as part of the governor's office, was the most sophisticated stylistically and served as the formal area for official functions, ceremonies, and signings. A gilded fireplace, gold-crowned marble pilasters, and a crystal chandelier were features sure to impress dignitaries and visitors alike. To cap off the visit, I stopped by the Charter Museum on the main floor, whose centerpiece was the Royal Charter of 1663, signed by King Charles I of England, which granted Rhode Island freedom of religion and the right to elect their own leaders. And just a bit of trivia, if the photo of King Charles looks familiar, it's because Walt Disney used his likeness to create the character of Captain Hook in Peter Pan. After the tour of the Capitol, it was off to Hope Street, where I met the fabulous Elise Mischel of Luli Boutique.
Hi, Carrie. Welcome to Hope Village, Hope Street. on the east side of Providence, Rhode Island. You have stumbled into one of my favorite places. I have a store here, but even before I had a store here, I love shopping here. It's mostly independently owned small businesses, a lot of female-owned small businesses that cover the gamut of gifts, clothing, kids. We have an interior design store that sells paints and wallpapers. People come from all over the United States to experience Hope Street, and I hope you enjoy it here too. I've had a store here since 2011. It's a small women's clothing boutique. Fun, funky, fab is our style, our slogan, and we try to give women a unique fashion experience with clothes, jewelry, accessories, and they come from all over the world.
Not only were the clothes, jewelry, and accessories beautiful, but Elise was so warm and friendly that it made for a lovely shopping experience. I also loved that she is a jewelry designer and made many of the pieces in the store. My time in Providence was truly just a stopover on the way to Newport, where they are famous for their summer cottages. Did I say cottages? I meant to say mansions. To give them their proper due, we'll save them for next time. See you then.